Happy Tuesday, one and all. It's Ken Abrams from Fun Enterprises with another Tuesday at 10 video blog. You know, one of the things about people is that people make mistakes. After all, if we didn't make mistakes, we would be a deity or divine instead of just being human. It took me a long time to really come to grips with the fact that people make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, including and especially me. So this week was kind of a tester for us. On Wednesday, we discovered that our water heater had died, or at least the pilot light had died. So I did what everyone does in this day and age. I went online and I checked to see, how do you check if your pilot light is out, or how do you light a pilot light? Went and checked, the pilot light was in fact out. I followed the instructions, lit the pilot, turned on the gas, the burner started, and then died. I tried this 3 times, and in the meantime, I called several plumbers, 2 of whom we know. Got a hold of one. He was unable to come out, but he diagnosed what he thought the problem was. It was either a bad gas valve, or there's a little tiny bulb in the bottom of a water heater that if it breaks, it will not allow the air to get into your water heater, and therefore it extinguishes the flame. Called a plumber that my wife recommended, said they'll come out same day. Well, they weren't able to come out that day, but they did come out the next day. And there was a series of ups and downs. They gave me one price to put in a water heater, and then that price changed. It was kind of a bit confusing. And they started by actually replacing the gas valve, and it turned out that wasn't the problem. Bought a new water heater. They installed it, everything was fine, cost a little bit more than I wanted it to, and cost a lot more than what they originally quoted. But when you don't have hot water, you don't really have a choice. Well, a couple days later, my wife is doing laundry. I didn't know this at the time. I had gone out to do errands because we were having 14 people over to our house that night for dinner, and come in to see all of a sudden a waterfall coming from our ceiling. It was actually coming through the fan and the light we have in our kitchen, and ran upstairs thinking that the water heater had broken and there was going to be water everywhere. Well, that wasn't the problem. The problem was that when they drained our water heater, they went down the pipe that we drain the wastewater from our washing machine. And they forgot to put that hose back. So as the washing machine was draining, it was draining all over the floor. I jammed the hose right back into the drain, problem solved, went and called the plumber that had come in, and they immediately sent a team out, and the general manager for the company walked in and said, "I am so sorry. This is not good, and this is our fault. We will take care of everything for you." One of the things that's changed with me over the years, after a business coach came in and told me that I needed to, quote unquote, lose the 2x4 that I carried, a figurative one, not a literal one. One of the things that I realized is that, you know what, it isn't as important as to who created the problem as how it gets resolved. And I actually really felt like this company cared, and they were concerned that we were A, inconvenienced, and B, this was going to be an expensive repair. Several times during our conversation, the general manager assured me that we were not going to pay a dime for this, that they would cover everything. They sent a restoration company out, and believe it or not, we've already started to resolve the problem. So again, people make mistakes. To err is human, to forgive is divine. But again, it's not who caused the problem as far as I'm concerned. It's how do you resolve it. Have a great week.